Hello everybody and welcome back to my redstone testing world, and today's video is on the comparator. As I promised in my second ever video, I'm going to devote an entire video to this fella. But before we move on with that, I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Redstone again. I will link him down in the description. Please check out my description. I put time jumps down there, link to his channel, link to my video playlist, and all around content I think you guys would enjoy. And so, next off, I want to say there will not be a video tomorrow because I'm going to try to start recording ahead of time. So tomorrow there will be no video. And so, next I'm going to show you these designs you can build with the comparator, and time to explain them. To the explanation section, and welcome to the explanation section. This first design with the redstone comparator requires a feature of the comparator I did not go over in my redstone tutorial video. You can tap the comparator and it will change from addition mode, or I guess that's what it's called. I'm not sure what it's actually called. And then subtraction mode. So what it will do is when I activate this, it will flash on and off. So here's how it works. In subtraction mode, a redstone comparator will take the signal strength from next to it and subtract it from the signal strength behind it and put it out in front of it. So what it does is we're putting in a signal strength of 15. So we'll come around here, and this is 15, 14, and then a 13. 13 minus 15 is 2. So this would be signal strength 2, this would be 1, and this would be 0. So now there is no longer anything affecting the side to make it subtract. So that will equal 2. So it puts out a full signal strength again, which then repeats the cycle. So if we could just put this in subtraction mode, it activates, and then you can put this here, and because of the time that it takes pistons to extend and retract, pistons aren't very good for the example. Let me try repeater. Yeah, that won't work either. I don't know how I'd show it off. I guess you just use a dispenser or something. You can also put, if I'm remembering this correctly, you can put a repeater there, and then 2 redstone. No, that won't work. That works. Let me see. Man, I'd have to actually look it up and do it. So, the next design here, for the explanation, is a pulse extender. You actually saw this in yesterday's video with the hidden inputs, which that kind of stuff is over there, so I'm not going to fly over and check it out now, but I will link yesterday's video in the description. So what happens is, when you turn this on, it puts a signal strength of 15 right here. As I mentioned in a previous video, the repeater takes the signal strength behind it and puts it ahead of it without changing it. So here's signal strength 15, it then goes through 1 tick and then 2 ticks because each comparator adds a tick and places a signal strength 15 right here. Then it goes to 14. 1, 2 ticks, and then this is 14, and then 13. No, this is 14, this is 13, yeah, sorry. And then it keeps going through like that. And eventually it goes to 0, so if I turn this off, it slowly fades to 0. So next, this is a signal maintainer. It takes the same concept over here, but only we replace this redstone dust here with a block, and it will maintain this signal strength until one of these blocks is removed. So, we turn this on, turn it off, and nothing happens. It just stays on, and it will maintain that signal strength. So, let's say we move this back, and of course, as I said, I'd have to remove a block. place it back. But if we flip this, it looks the same, but that's signal strength 14 now. Alright, so those are the designs I will be showing you today, and how to build them. You can probably see now, but, well, yeah, I guess you have really no reason to stay. But I will be showing all the uses for the comparator that I can find, so stay tuned for the application section. This is probably the tutorial section that I will be able to do entirely without looking back on myself. So all you have to do for the first design is to place down your comparator and look at it. Behind the end that's going to take the two pole things here, this one and this one, place a lever. Then go in front and come around like that. Flip it into subtraction mode, and then just turn on the lever and it works. And then the next one is the pulse extender. All you have to do is place two comparators, a block, redstone dust, two comparators again, redstone dust, and then place your lever somewhere. And then flip it on, and flip it off, and watch it slowly fade. Alright, and now finally, the signal strength maintainer. Place a comparator there, and one there, redstone dust here, redstone dust here and here, and then a block, and another block, and then put your lever somewhere around here. Let's say you wanted to maintain a signal strength of 14, you'd put it right there and connect it. 13, you would put more redstone dust to connect it there, and so on and so on. And now, onto the application section. Alright, so after watching the video on the Minecraft wiki, I am now prepared to make this section. First off, if there's a signal coming in from the front of the repeater, like this, it won't give a signal out to the back. But if it's coming in from the back, it will give a signal out through the front, so it acts as a diode. Next, if the signal strength from behind is greater than from the side, it will give an output. But if the signal strength from behind is weaker than the input coming in from the side, it won't give out an output. So, yeah, so this could be a useful feature, I suppose. The same thing happens in subtraction mode, only in subtraction mode, it subtracts the difference. So, if I turn this on, it will give out an output of 1, because this is a signal strength 15, and this is a signal strength 14. 14 minus 15 is 1, so it gives out a signal strength of 1. But, I guess if you have a piston right there, it's not a big deal. I personally have never used this feature, and I don't know if I ever will. So, the next is the comparator can read items inside chests. So if you place item in this chest, it will activate. Now, depending on the amount of contents in each chest, it will give out a signal strength. Now, because the max signal strength is 15, I'm going to assume that if you remove the entire top row of items from a completely full chest, it will give out a signal strength 10, because 15 divided by 3 rows would be 5. So, I'm just assuming, though, I'm not 100% sure. It can also read through blocks, so you can completely hide it, I think. Will this work? Yep. Okay. Good. Alright. So, let me see if I can remember. The next feature of the comparator... You know what? That's it. Those are all the uses of the comparator. Oh, wait a minute. I wanted to mention something. You can place an item frame on this block. Let's pretend this piston's an item frame. You can place an item frame there, put an item in it, and then depending on how it's rotated, it will give us different signal strength. It can also take out output from cauldrons, cake. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different things. My favorite's cake, I think. Depending on how much they eat the cake, it will give us different signal strength. So I guess you can detect if someone's stealing your cake and kill them. You know, with some various trap of some sort. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's it for the application section, and goodbye.